Hey there guys, I am SonicGhost and welcome back to some more Let's Play Splatoon 2 multiplayer. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at our last rank mode here in Splatoon 2, Clam Blitz. And for Clam Blitz, I have another special guest joining, so go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey there guys, it's Matt from SLP Adventures. I'm ready for some football.
But they're clams, how can they be footballs?
But they're shaped like football.
I mean, kind of. And then they become real footballs, but you'll see what we're talking about when we play the game itself. So, this is the one time we're actually going to be doing this. We're going to look at the rules here for our new mode here, because Clam Blitz is a new mode introduced in Splatoon 2. This was not here at launch, but not too long into the game's lifespan, Splatoon 2 got an update to add a 4th rank mode, Clam Blitz. So, Clam Blitz here is a very different rank mode compared to the other 3, where your main objective is to collect 10 clams on the field to form one giant clam, which is basically a football. You throw it into your team's net, and then you just start racking up the points. So you want to take the giant football, throw it into your opponent's team's net, start throwing as many clams as you can until you reach 0. And the first team who gets 0, or the closest to 0, will win. So, it's a very complicated mode. I feel like out of the 4, it's probably the most complex out of the 4 ranked mode types. There's a lot that goes into this one, and I feel it's a very back and forth game because of it.
Yeah, didn't you say that you rarely ever receive knockouts in this mode?
Yeah, this is one of the modes I feel like getting a knockout's really difficult, because when you throw one of the giant clams into a net, that counts for 20 points. So that right there is your biggest sum of points, and that is, it may sound like a lot, but it's really not if you can't throw more clams in, because every other clam, the small ones, they count for 2, and you want to keep on throwing in more clams to get that timer down at that point. So it's really going to depend on how effective your team is, not only gathering these things, but also to get them into the net. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new room here, and you can go ahead and join in whenever you're ready, Matt.
Okay, as soon as it, tells me I can. Hold on a sec. It's not saying joinable yet. Hold on.
Classic Splatoon.
You can't join that friend. Huh. Well, you know what? Screw you, game. I will join that friend eventually.
I'll just make my own room then. Who needs that guy? I'll play with someone else. Just wait for other friends to join me. So the biggest thing I'm going to recommend in this mode is, in terms of weapon types, I recommend something that is pretty good for killing in general, but more so on the defensive side this time around. So weapons that have the special of Baller or also the Ink Armor are good. Anything with a quick firing rate, like the End Zapper, any of the dualies, or maybe like a Splatter Shot are pretty good. The slower base weapons like rollers, it depends on the roller type, same for Splatlings, so this is one you really want to play with your weapon types, because this mode, as mentioned earlier, there's a lot of back and forth in it. But one of the biggest things I'm going to recommend is you want to have on your shoes in particular, you want to have Stealth Jump. Stealth Jump makes a huge difference in this mode, because you're going to probably want to jump around a lot on the maps, so having Stealth Jump is going to make this a little safer. And while you're at it, pair it with like quick jumping times, because Stealth Jump by itself makes you kind of jump around slowly.
Makes you jump around too much. Because if you need to have stealth, so that way they can't, automatically just shoot you when you jump right in there.
Yeah, well, as long as they don't see you coming right away, because then they still see the target.
Yeah. Build the enemy's clam basket.
This is one of the more interesting maps for us to get as our first one, because this is a very small map. And because of it, Clam Blitz, small maps, you can kind of imagine the amount of chaos that can happen. So, we want to collect as many clams as we can, and we want to basically get 10 in order to get that big football clam. But we don't necessarily all have to have one. We just need one teammate to have a big clam, and then throw it into the opposing team's net. So right now, if someone broke it open, I could just throw my 7 clams in. But preferably, I'm going to want to get that big one.
I've got 8 right now. Just gotta hope I can find 2 more.
Yeah, sometimes you won't be able to get clams because only a certain amount can spawn on the map at once. And if they're all collected, then you gotta wait on a timer. They do come back after a few seconds.
Ah! Dang it.
Oh, crap. I just dived all those clams. I almost had 10.
I had 9.
Yeah, same here. So, one thing to note about the clams is when you die, you drop every single clam. And at that point, either your teammates can pick them up or the opposing players can. It depends on who obviously can get to them first. If you have a big clam, you drop the big clam. So, it's a little bit easier to pick up. But one thing to know about having the big clam is that you're a target. Everyone can see you on the map, no matter what kind of equipment or gear set you have. They will see you. So you have to be very careful you have the big one.
It's just like, what is this? If you ever played Halo, there's a matchmaker mode called Juggernaut, where everybody has to go, the Juggernaut, some person becomes the Juggernaut. They have like super armor and all this other stuff, and they get, everybody can see them on the map, and everybody's goal is to go kill that person. Kind of like that.
Yeah, that's kind of what this is. So I'm going to make my way into the enemy base right now with my giant clam, but I had a baller active, so that kind of helped us out a lot. We broke their barrier, so here, have a big clam. That's a lot of points.
Man, I wanted to throw. Can you throw in clams when they're not,
Yeah, as long as the barrier is open like it is now, you can throw clams in, and that's what we want. Look, I just threw some in right before it was going to close back up, and now I extended the timer. So that's another thing, too. You want to keep on chucking clams in there, not just to get a higher score, but also to push back down the amount of time the base is opened up like that. So ideally, we want to throw a big clam in there, and then chuck as many small ones as possible following it.
Somebody's got a big clam on the other side.
Yeah, they also just threw a booyah bomb at our base because they had a big clam ready. That was a really good play because no one can get near the base at that point. One thing to note, I'm going to show it off here because I need to jump at the base. You can jump to your teammates just fine and keep your clams, but if you jump at the spawn point, your clams will break. This also counts the big one too. So do not jump back to base if you have a big clam. That will destroy it. This guy's going to target me. I'm getting out of here.
Don't want to oopsie. Don't want to oopsie that big clam.
Yeah, it's very easy to lose track of like what you're doing if you're jumping real fast. And I've done that plenty of times where I've jumped back to the base, not realize I had the big clam, and then I just throw it away. I almost got to their base with the clam intact. I was so close to throwing it into their barrier.
Splattered by ink brush. Dang nabbit.
Come on, kill, kill, kill. Oh, I'm out of ink. Alright, now I'm going to want to leave that big clam here. Whenever your barrier goes back up, same for the opposing teams, it will drop a big clam. You do not want to pick that up right away if you can help it at times, because that big clam will stay on the map indefinitely at that point. It will stay until someone picks it up. Normally, these clams disappear after a few seconds of being dropped, but the big clam from your base is the one exception. So, at times like this, it's smart just to keep it on the map as long as you can. At this point, I'm going to pick it up because our base is about ready to reset, and it'll drop another big clam. As long as we keep them off our base for just a few more seconds. I'm going to jump over to a teammate. And I'm going to just immediately go into baller. Oh, wait, no, I don't have baller. I thought I did. Never mind. Now I got baller. Yeah, continue to shoot me. I'm fine with this. Come on. Throw the big clam. Now we're down to 25. And now 5. Let me just grab a couple clams here real quick. I'm coming back. Ah, so close. At this point, they kind of need to have a decent rush at the base to get a victory. They can still take this back, so we got to be careful.
Overtime.
So now we enter overtime whenever the opposing team still has a big clam ready to throw into your base. So as long as there's no more big clams on the map, they will get out of overtime. Obviously, if they push down the total, that's also going to kick us out of overtime. But then they'll win, and we don't want that.
There's 2 big clams. Okay, there we go.
Hey, there you go. They dropped them. Perfect.
Good job.
As long as they're not collected from the opposite team, then the game will end overtime, even if they're still on the field, and I'm glad because these games would drag if that was the case. Clam Blitz, I feel, out of the 4 rank modes, are the longest games, because these can go on for quite some time.
Oh man, I still having a hard time. I was trying to get over there. It's hard to get over there and throw clams in the base. I just keep dying by the time I get over there.
Yeah, it's really hard to maintain your clams in this mode, because every time you turn around, you're gonna get splatted. So, I was trying to demonstrate it in the match, but then I didn't realize I didn't have my special because of all the chaos going on at once. One strategy I like to do in this mode is have stealth jump on my shoes, baller as my special, and when I get my special and I see a teammate near the enemy base and I have a giant clam collected, I jump to the teammate. As soon as I land, activate baller, roll into their base using the baller as a shield. Prefer if they pop the baller, because then I keep the clam in my hands and then just throw it right into the enemy base. It's a really interesting strategy. It's something you really only do in this mode effectively. That same kind of strategy works in other modes, but there's no like payoff for it. So effectively, I'm using the baller as a glorified shield. And preferably, I want them to shoot the shield and break it, because at that point, I keep the clam. If I explode the baller myself, I will drop any clams I am holding, which includes the big clam.
Okay, so I don't want to I don't want to explode the baller myself.
Yeah, if you have a big clam, you will drop it, yeah. Or if you have any clams, period.
If it explodes by itself, will you still drop it?
Yeah. It counts as basically the same as you triggering the baller. If you pop it, it acts like you never used the baller to begin with, which allows you to keep the clams. Okay, this is a really bad start. Stop throwing clams, guys. That was a lot of points I just got here in the first minute.
Ugh.
So luckily, we do get a pretty big buffer time, because you get a buffer time depending on how much time is left over and how much time you just took your opposing team's score down by, in this case. So that's a big buffer they got to break through before they can start getting more points, but that's still rough on us early game.
I just dropped a big clam, dang it.
Yeah, I heard someone try to throw it, but I think it missed.
That was me. I don't play this mode very often. If you can probably tell, I'm still getting a little newbie at it.
That's fair. Yeah, this is a very precise mode, I feel, too, in a lot of ways. You gotta be really good with your aim to make the most out of these clams. Because I've had plenty of cases where I line up my shots real good, and I just act quick, and I'll miss. So this is a very twitchy mode when it comes to aiming as well, and you have to be really good reacting on the fly. Alright, we get ink armor. That's pretty good here, because now we'll be protected for a little bit. I say as I die, I was about ready to activate my baller to get more protection. We don't want that guy with the big clam coming into the base. Why? I gotta stop talking. Every time I say something, it does the opposite.
It just came in and... Dang it.
Man, I really know how to jinx things. Oh, I see another big one. That's bad. Yeah, so they just reset their buffer time. Now they can just start earning points. Man, really gotta stop talking. Man, I'm gonna fire myself from commentary so we can win games. If you stop talking, can you write that off as a business expense for Let's Plays? Or does that count as firing yourself?
Oh well. We gotta show ourselves losing one time, and that was a knockout. Like you said, you don't see this very often.
Yeah, because if the teams go back and forth a lot with these clams, knockouts are more rare. But to be fair, their team had 3 people who prestiged. Ours had 1. So I think the skill ceiling was very different.
Let's try to get our revenge.
I'm going to try something a little bit different here. So I'm going to keep the same special, but I'm going to swap the weapon type out. And I think I'm going to try the 52 Gal. While I'm not as big of a fan of using point sensor in this mode, because I don't find it as useful here, the fact that this has baller is perfect for my strategy of just jump in, use ball, run. But also 52 gals really do pack a punch.
I'm gonna try this custom explosion.
How good are you with the buckets?
Not very good. I don't know. I haven't played very many of them.
Okay, so now we pray then.
Oh.
These names, I swear. Splatoon always gives us some of the more unique names. Uwu Reaper, that's the cutest yet deadliest thing you'll hear all day.
I see a guy named Ty.
Yep, that's also one of the more interesting ones, but it's, I guess, like, a little more wholesome one, just telling us hi.
At least it isn't something stupid like Fart Smasher or something like that.
Yeah, I've seen worse things in Nintendo games.
Man, this... Oh, gosh. I don't like this bucket. This bucket is very slow.
Okay, wow. Speaking of which, one of their buckets is doing a really good job at just trying to hit someone over a wall, and that someone's me. I gotta get rid of this Luna Blaster. Good. I'm really worried when I'm, like, up right in front of a blaster's face with how strong they are. The fact that I didn't die was good.
Oh, I shouldn't have gotten this. This is a very bad weapon for me.
Yeah, I was surprised you picked a bucket, but then more importantly, you pick one of the slowest firing buckets in the game. Like, oh boy.
Well, why didn't you tell me it was a bad bucket?
Well, I did. That's why I asked how good you are with buckets at that point, because it really does depend on that. I don't know how many people use those buckets, though. That's the weird thing, too. Because I don't think I've ever seen that much. I don't think I've ever used it. Whatever bucket this guy's using, yeah, the Kansas sloshing machine, oh, well, that thing packs a punch. The sloshing machines are pretty good. They're one of those buckets that are pretty okay with range, but they pack a punch, so that makes up for it. Oh, I almost got the guy throwing a big clam into our base. I was so close. I was like maybe a second off.
Ugh.
I was debating jumping down with my special, but I don't think that would have been as effective as shooting.
Our barrier's back up. Yay.
I might as well take this early, because I'm afraid that we may not get much use out of this. I didn't mean to activate this. Okay, well, I'm going with the baller then. Oh, that's really bad. I was stuck between a rock and a hard place there. I'm surprised that splashdown still killed me. I was nowhere near it.
Man.
Hey, where's the third guy? Okay, there he is. He's the stupid brush.
Why can't I pick up his big clam?
Well, because it's not your team color. You can't pick up clams of the opposite team color. So you can pick up a clam when you kill someone if it's a small clam, but when it becomes a big clam, it has to be your color.
Okay.
Oh crap, I didn't even notice there was someone up there. That's bad. Now they're gonna start chucking, right? Yep, there they go. There we go. Oh, the clams. Go, Andy, go. Fend them off. Andy, you did your best. Won't blame you. So we'll give it one more game. As you can tell at this point with the video length, these games are very long. Even with knockouts, they can still take a little while. So it's going to probably be the most beefy part out of all the multiplayer stuff, but that's the nature of Clam Blitz. This is a very, very back and forth game that could definitely drag on. Out of the four, I do enjoy playing this one a lot, but it's probably one I won't play as long as other ranked modes because of how long the games do take. I'm going to try something else for this final set. I'm going to go with one of the ink armor-based weapons, as that's another good thing to use here.
How good is the ink brush Nuvio, or whatever it is?
Well, I guess it's the same question I have with the roll, not the roll, the buckets at that point of how good you are with the brushes, because it's kind of the same feel.
I'm just trying. I wanted to try out a different weapon.
They're very quick weapons, and this mode is really good if you can run fast, if you're just trying to play the defense game.
Okay.
The only problem you're probably going to have is killing potential. You have to be up close and personal, so that's going to be a little scary. But you're really good at running away quick with the clams, which I think that is the brush's biggest staying point here. Out of the two brush types, you did pick the better out of the two. The auto brush is just a little too slow for this mode. Ink brushes are really fast, and it's really beneficial. Alright, so take us back to the humpback for the runbacks. Oh, we got another zapper on our team, too. That's the one that's going to use tenna missiles, though. So I guess I might be the only one with shield.
Ah.
So far, they don't have a big clam yet, so that's a good sign. Although I got a brother trying to chase me, that's kind of scary. Oh, I'm the only one alive. That's even scarier.
Sorry, Lesser.
Here, hang on. Everyone live for a little bit longer, please. Oh, it's a good thing I had that shield active. I would have died from that roller otherwise. Oh, they're really guarding that. Alright, I got one in. McChicken here's kind of cleaning house.
I got some clams in. I got 2 clams in. I contributed.
Well, we got it down at least a couple points, so that's a good start. We got more points than just throwing the big clam in by itself. Oh, but that dang bucket! Sloshing machines are real good in this, if you can tell. Have the different slosher types. The sloshing machine with that power is really good. I'm honestly surprised we have not ran to a single blobbler, because blobblers are good for pretty much any mode of Splatoon 2, in my opinion.
Dang it.
Oh man, we got lucky. The opposing team just threw a big clam at our base, but they missed. It's like a pixel away. That guy missed too. How did 2 people miss? That is insane.
Oh my god. Oh my god, 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 oh my god.
I'm gonna start building up my special meter a bit to give you guys shields.
Ah! McChicken.
Okay, I say that as you all die.
And freaking McChicken.
I'm gonna wait until you guys respawn before I use the special. That stupid sloshing machine every time, man. I gotta call it right now. McChicken probably has the most kills in the game.
Yeah. Freaking McChicken.
Something just tells me that's probably the case. Wait, is that a blobbler? Oh, I was wrong before. I didn't see this guy on the map at all. I thought it was another sloshing machine. That was a blobbler. Okay, I take back not seeing any blobblers today, because there he is.
Undercover Brella. I like the name of that.
I thought you were going to say that the blobbler was undercover at that point, disguising himself as someone else.
Dang it.
Hey, someone else get that. I have 8 clams, and I don't want to waste these. If I pick up... Okay, I guess I'm pick up the big clam. Oh, I was just about ready to throw. My hand was behind me with the clam in it. I just needed like another half second to finish the animation.
I need one more clam. One more clam. One more clam. Ow, dang it.
Oh, that's a bad combo. Blobbler defending the roller so you can just walk. Almost ran me over because of that. Nope. Get out of the ink. Oh, this is bad. I can't move. At least they missed. Now they didn't. Okay, that's bad.
That's very bad.
Now we have to take that lead back, and there's not much time left in the game. Oh, it's gonna be real close. It's gonna come down to the wire, I feel. I'll grab it. Please miss. He missed. Good. They're missing a lot in this game.
Dang sloshing machine.
No. I almost got killed from the sloshing. He's after me because I got the big clam. I'm gonna just chuck it. At least we set the timer for like a split second. If someone can grab that before it disappears. Nope. Okay. GG's then. I think that was our only hope. Oh yeah, that's bad. I don't know if there's enough clams on the field. Yeah, I think that's GG.
I think that's GG too.
Man, that was real rough there. At one point, we had that, but they took it back there near the last minute.
Dang it. Oh well. We tried our best, that's all that matters.
We did win the 1, so... 1 to 4 isn't that terrible?
That's when it comes to this game, man.
Yeah, this is a hard one, I feel, to get a lot of win streaks in.
Look at that! 22 kills, McChicken!
I knew he was gonna have the most, but holy crap, that is a lot more than I thought.
My gosh.
Well, that's Clam Blitz. A lot of murdering happening.
A lot of murder. A lot of bad.
Yeah, lots of death. So yeah, that's gonna do it. So, that's Clam Blitz. Very murdery. Very dangerous. But still a lot of fun.
Very football. Very, very intense game.
Very intense indeed. So thanks, Matt, for joining on the final ranked mode here. As it was the most chaotic one, I feel like that one actually worked real best with our commentary styles.
Yeah, it really did.
So with that said, we're done here in the lobby menu of Splatoon 2. There are no more multiplayer modes in here. But we have another option here called Grizzco. That is our next multiplayer mode here in Splatoon 2. Next time on Let's Play Splatoon 2 multiplayer, we'll be taking a look, and not that guy's Twitter account, because this is the Splatoon lobby. You're going to find Twitter accounts everywhere. We're going to find ourselves a new job, and we're going to take on the Grizzco here for Salmon Run. See you guys next time.